Tracy from Randomness of Rudy, and in this video we're going to talk about Gemini and Sagittarius in a relationship. This is actually a part of my YouTube series on the Gemini experience, where I talk about Gemini in a relationship with each sign of the zodiac. So if you haven't seen the first video I did where I go a bit more in depth on what it's like to date a Gemini, please go back and check that out. Gemini and Sagittarius are opposite signs, and opposites attract, right? However, when I think of opposite signs, I think of two different sides to the same exact coin. And that is how you can, essentially and rightfully describe opposing signs in the zodiac. Both these signs are very smart and forever students. And both signs really enjoy learning and acquiring information and knowledge. However, both signs do these things from very different levels or from very different wavelengths. Gemini is this energy that wants to take in as much information as possible and won't necessarily stop to consider or ponder where the information came from, but just knows this is new information that I have in front of my face. So it's a surface level kind of information. Whereas Sagittarius is more philosophical with the knowledge that he or she attains. And Sagittarius likes to, expand upon that knowledge and ask the why behind the why, and isn't content with the information that's right there in front of his or her face. And so this is something that can really cause difficulty in the relationship, because Gemini has this way of essentially, scanning over, the deeper meaning of things. And Sagittarius wants to take the time to investigate the deeper meanings. And so, if you both can understand that this is how you operate, then it could be a relationship that really broadens both of you in ways that you never expected, because you both obviously bring something to the table, but how you actually do it are from very different standpoints, which can cause friction between you. And this kind of leads into the disagreements that you have. Gemini, when there are disagreements, when there's discontent, Gemini wants to just glaze over it. We talked about it, let's get over it, let's move on. And Sagittarius, for the most part, is the same. Sagittarius isn't going to stay on a sticking point, for shits and giggles. Sagittarius wants to keep going and learning and growing and expanding as well. However, Sagittarius is going to be frustrated with the fact that Gemini doesn't necessarily take the time to understand, to hear, to listen, and that is really going to be a point of tension in this relationship. So you want to be mindful of this. Gemini, take the time to understand the deeper meaning of things, and Sagittarius, in the meantime, sometimes, it's not necessary to ask the why behind the why, and so maybe you can learn how to choose your battles better. With regards to the sexual compatibility, this is probably your saving grace. Both signs are very happy-go-lucky energies. Both signs will enjoy a lighthearted approach to lovemaking. Both signs don't take themselves too seriously in the bedroom. And so if you can incorporate different activities and communicate and even just enjoy intimate conversations with each other, those are things that will really kind of enhance the sexual relationship between Gemini and Sagittarius. So that's definitely a positive aspect to this pairing. Outside of these things, it is a relationship that can go the distance. Opposites do attract for a reason, and clearly both signs will have something to learn from each other, and learning is the primary goal of both signs, so why not jump into the opportunity to build a relationship together. If you want more information, feel free to visit my website at randomnessofrudy.com, and until next time, good luck.